Si è fatto un po' di ritardo oggi, ma almeno. Ciao Gioe, in che senso Luke è eredito all'età del bronzo? Comunque ditemi se si sente e se si vede. Però minchia, dispiace per Luke, ma com'è andata su Night Train? Dai, già abbiamo fatto 10 minuti di ritardo. Dico di... Ah, non ha l'elettricità dalle di... anch'io ho perso le... Anche a me è saltata la corrente ieri sera e pure stasera. Infatti è il motivo per cui ho tardato con la live. E speriamo non salti di nuovo. Che devo continuare col Canon Soldier. Sì, ci siamo pigliati Madoka Hiro. E dovevamo andare a investigare di nuovo. Sul Canon Soldier. Oh, che bello, sai, i controlli della Svizzera. Lo so. Vai. Altro Japan. Vai, amo i war crimes. Ricordate, Deathmark ci insegna che non devi essere... Che anche essendo buddista puoi fare war crime. Ops, non ho visto. Ecco. The key only sent us open the door with... Ok, non dice un cazzo di utile. Oggi è su un altro incrocio. I can hear a victory chant coming from the other side of the intersection. Keep going! I shrug and keep moving forward. We take one step forward and... An electric current runs through my body and my muscles raise up. Fammi indovinare, la soluzione sta in un'altra parte e noi siamo andati in sequence break. You lay about, what are you doing there? You have time to be loafing around, do you? Recite these basic slogans, at once! Chief for the final battle in the homeland! E che cazzo ne so? 100 million honorable deaths! Sì, mi sa che è come quello del... Mi sa che è come quello del... del codice Morse che devo trovare la soluzione in un'altra stanza. Once more, declare our resolve to strike back with air raids. We won't lose even if our country is reduced to ashes. Show your determination. $100 milioni di fireballs! You unpatriotic piece of shit! Ecco qua. Oh, non sono morto però. Around us fought bravely from the southern tropics to the northern Arctic. But the tide still doesn't turn in our favor. What do you think? Can we win this crusade? Sì! If the kamikaze wind blow! You're pretty promising for a new recruit. Keep a good eye on this squad. Farewell. È sopravvissuto completamente a culo. Questo vuol dire che ora torniamo un attimo indietro a vedere dove cazzo era la soluzione. Non ricordo se... No, ma qui... sì, qui ci siamo già andati. No, a sinistra mi sa che è dove c'era... sì, sì, quello delle statuine dove ci siamo già andati. No, qui non c'era proprio un cazzo. No, che non c'è nessuna porta chiusa. Perché in quella giù non, giù non potevo andarci. Quindi come cazzo lo sapevo? Che dovevo tipo tradurre... che dovevo tipo tradurre direttamente dal giapponese l'inno che stanno cantando i fantasmini. Altro sangue. There are numerous footprints in the bloodstain on the floor. Are these human footprints or... No. Dimmi un talismano. No noise is coming from this pipe. I guess that no water is flowing through it. Andiamo a destra perché a destra è sempre giusta. The door is stained with blood. Upon closer look, it's countless handprints. But the keyhole is perfectly fine. I could open the door if I had the key. Ok, possiamo aprirla. But when I turn the knob to go in, the door doesn't open. What's wrong? The door won't open. I'm sure I unlocked it though. I turned the key just to double check. But I was right, it's unlocked. What's going on? I try turning the knob slowly, but it stops moving halfway. It's almost as if someone on the opposite side is pushing against it to keep it closed. It seems the dead are rejecting us. Read all the records, speak to that woman. E sta dicendo esplora il resto del bunker. All the records and that woman? Are the records referring to the research records? I try to prompt my old self into answering. But there is no reply. No choice left. I turn to Hero. Let's keep looking. We can come back here later. There could be something we still need to do. Sì, tipo finire il dungeon. È un cadavere. It's an abandoned skeleton. The bleached corpse is weathered in places. Something is in its bony end. I managed to pry it out. The whole corpse looks like it might crumble at any second. Ok, un talismano. It's a thick iron door. The keyhole isn't rusted, they could open if I had the key. Perfetto, posso aprirlo normalmente. Ah, è finito l'inno strano. Oh, ci sono i capelli come nell'altro lato del bunker, quello che avevo visto nel capitolo di Miss Zo. I guess stiamo andando di là. If I climb the ladder I can get above you. Prima... sì, è siamo dalla porta... Nella porta che stava proteggendo Banshee nel capitolo 4. Climbing out of the manor, we see that we are on Kamiya Margin Northward. We managed to find a way out. It will endure to go back to the mansion for now. It will be a pain to get back to Emno South early for the car, but... Io torno in. Ciao Ren, ti sei perso io che sono sopravvissuto a fantasmi dell'esercito giapponese che mi dicevano di mostrare la mia fedeltà con robe che, non ho, che ho vinto a cazzo di cane. E abbiamo trovato un'altra entrata. Oh, something's written on the wall in blood. It says I. Aizen, immagino. Human bones. It looks like the person was crushed to death. Ecco. Door, the key is entasted, da da. It's the operating room in the southern section. But on this table is... It's a corpse. It has a severe dead, no surprise. A headless corpse is lying there. It's missing not only its head, but also all of its limbs. What kind of torture was this? A headless corpse. Going by what remains of its clothing, it was likely a woman. It's a rusted filing cabinet. The door is locked. A headless corpse is lying on the floor of the operating table. Ok, tutto. Ok, non posso. Ma se sparassi? Con questo mi sembra ovvio. Ci manca qualcosa in te. Forse devo tipo portarmi Banshee? Mi sa che devo portare Banshee. No. Il dottore pure. Excellent. No, ho sbagliato ad andare a Northwood. Excellent. Anche perché c'è questa porta ancora. Aspetta, perché stavolta... Ah, ok, le altre che erano chiuse me le apriva semplicemente sbattendoci contro, questa no, ok. Perfetto, ecco dove avevo sbagliato. There's a single out of place Buddha statue. Its head has been cut off. The light bulb's covered in dust. It's obvious no one has touched it in a long time. Why is such an old bulb still working? It's a Buddha statue. The headless Buddha statue is covered in dust. There's a talisman stuck to the neck, as if it's taking the place of the missing head. It's a big iron box. Ecco dove sono tutte le teste. Well, that's ominous. The box is packed with carelessly tossed Buddha statue heads. A real, actual head can clearly be seen among them. Credo sia più di una testa vera. It's died and mummified, but going by the long hair, it's probably female. Most likely one of the experiment's victims. Ah, so this is where it was. Let's take it and bring it to its owner. I thought you'd say that. Oh, just kidding. I feel Banshee's gaze on me. I can only carry one head. I need to choose which one to take. A merciful Buddha, grieving Buddha, angry Buddha, woman's head. Facciamo angry Buddha. Aspetta che qui avevo... perché qui parla di Asura stato. Quindi Wrathful Buddha. Sì, ho preso quella del Buddha Angry, no? No, però forse vuole che do al cadavere quella femminile prima. Got human head. Oh cazzo, no! Oh, occidentalmente fatto. Oh, it's a big iron. The pitch black stains. Oh, that's the place with the war propaganda poster. They've got some interesting slogans. Slogans on posters. Hold on, what are you talking about? If you squint here out, you can see them. See what? The words on the posters that were put up Oh, era colui che dovevo fare. Ah, ecco così che scoprivo la soluzione per quello degli slogan, ecco. Of course. I told you earlier, I was born into a family chock full of spiritual power. So I'm good at seeing spiritual stuff. Are you serious? I can do a test reading for you. Ask me anytime. Banshee laughs, but can I really believe him? Banshee stands in front of the dark stains. Let's see here. 100 million honorable deaths. The land of of the gods is indestructible. That's what it says. These are from the end of the war. They're pretty desperate sounding. Qui che lo scopri. Quindi avevo di nuovo non trovato la soluzione prima. Aspetta, c'è anche qui il poster. Non. Banshee stands in front of the dark stains. Luxu is the enemy. Ah, era quello, affanculo. Simple is best. That's a real famous one. Back when the war had just started. E ce n'è un altro verso qui, che immagino fosse il terzo. Sì, ecco come la scoprivo. Banshee stands in front of the dark stains. Let's take a look-see. Give birth for the sake of the country. Send forth 100 million fireballs. Stuff like that. Those are pretty passionate. They're from when we were still winning. Ok, ce n'è un quarto, ok. Let's see. Suppress your desires until we win. Work harder. Not harder. Not hard enough. Those are the slogans I can see. Oh, these are the most famous ones. They're from the middle of the war. Beh, ragazzi, abbiamo trovato la soluzione al puzzle dopo aver fatto il puzzle. Ecco, the head I picked up earlier might fit on this corpse's neck. Should I try touching the head? See? I try touching the human head. The human head fits the severed neck perfectly. The world suddenly distorts. A horrific scene appears before my eyes. Sì, in perfetta legatura da shibari doveva essere la vittima fondamentale alla trama. O si era ancora viva. This is the woman on the operating table. Some kind of experiment is being performed on her. I must be seeing the past. The sound triggers a change in views. Men in a lab coats, holding surgical tools. But they don't look like they're alive. The ghosts of the researchers seem to be stuck forever in the nightmare of the past. I can hear the man whisper from my left side. Hey, she's awake. Don't worry, she'll be dead soon anyway. True enough. Then something else interrupts. You. This time it's a cold whisper from my right. You can hear me, can't you? Don't be afraid. Soon. The voice on my right cuts off and I can hear the man in lab coats again. Quindi i ricercatori dalla sinistra, la tipa dalla destra. Hey, woman, which of these tools do you want to use to do you want us to cut your neck? Here's it for you, so we'll let you decide. Ah, cheese, perché avevo usato... Perché avevano usato... Ah, go Dunsler, you're pretty smart. Perché avevano usato lo scalpello per le statue. Unfortunately, you'll soon be saying goodbye to that clever head of yours. It's valuable material. We'll cut it off nicely. Shut up, you're just like a pig. This is why I hate handling women. Be patient, we finally found a clue. Not yet. Wait. Now, give you power. The whisper from my right falls silent. Yeah, I never dreamed breaking from my usual method would go so well. Hey pig, do you understand? Do you know the correct combination of head and body for the heavenly Buddha? Era female head, male body. Precisely, and that's why we need your head. Gladly offer it up for the sake of our beloved country. The problem is the soul freshness. Regardless of refrigeration, it's all up to the quality of the cut. Though there are only so many available methods, this is all the equipment we have. Then to the freezer. The voices on the left cut out. A determined voice echoes in my right ear. Hate this whole world. Tear it to pieces. The power to do that. I'll give it all to you, in the place where you hear me now. Hate them. Destroy them. Understand? Chissà cosa posso scegliere. Good. Destroy them. When I return to my senses, I'm standing beside the operating table. Ok, qui almeno l'avevamo, la soluzione l'avevo trovata prima nelle ricerche prima. Just then, something slides out of the end of the corpse on the table. Ecco, è chiaro. What I just saw. No, more importantly, the voice that kept speaking from my right side. Who was that? You don't look so great there. Did you see something by chance? Yeah, actually. I explained to Banshee what I just saw. A horrible tragedy happened here in the past. It's possible that whatever triggered it might have been whoever that voice belonged to. È diventata però versione warcrime buddista. Oh, interesting. Can't say I'm surprised something like that happened here. So, what does that have to do with our marks? Well, I'm not sure about that part, but... Banshee's right. This isn't helping us accomplish our goal. We need to search for whatever gave birth to the spirit. Let's keep looking. That small key I just found might belong to the cabinet here. I turn my attention to the mark on my wrist. It isn't coming yet. I glance over at Banshee, but they don't seem to be acting differently at all. Death should be slowly crossing in on us, but it seems we still have some time. What's important right now is making sure we survive. Un po' freaky. Negli occhi di Jason sono blu. Esatto, mi sa che sarà quella a far Moica, non so. No, Banshee completamente Oblivious, però intanto lui ha i poteri. Me lo ricordo che serviva Madoka io come... I opened the door using the smoky. Inside is an old gun and some research records. Suddenly, berserk, severe damage, suta chanting, complete insanity. Only those who made themselves deaf managed to remain sane. All spiritualized, like disposal vat, need sacred object, attack. Destroy human head. The art of Olbius need to destroy human head. Il problema è che io mo non me lo ricordo minimamente come cazzo si faceva il good ending. That's all it says. Got gun with blanks. Ah, ok, mi pare che bisognava usare la pistola per insordarsi. Sì, loud. Use earplugs per finding it or you won't be able to... sì, devo usare questo. No, non mi ricordo se arrivava già la fight, quindi nel dubbio vado a pigliarmi Madoka. Sì, amore... che amore veramente. Il morale della favola, ragazzi, non mixate mai buddismo e crimini di guerra. Vedi? It turns smoothly, with no resistance. Sì. Inside the room. A number of Buddha statues. They're all missing their heads. It seems this is where they stored all the various statues they gathered to theft or donations. It feels like something is here. Maybe this is where the art of the curse of the source of the spirit is. I brace myself for input from the other me. But it doesn't seem like that's happening. Does that mean I should already know? It's a statue that looks like a divine general. It has armor from the Tang dynasty. It's a statue with its head cut off. It looks like it held a weapon in its left hand. It's a statue that looks like a Vidyalaya or something. It's missing one of its arms as well as its head. Okay. It's a Vaisravana statue. It's missing his head. It's a statue with its head cut off. It seems to be holding some kind of Buddhist ritual implement. It's a statue that seems to be a divine general. Its head has been severed. It's a statue with its head cut off. It's lying pitifully on the floor. I searched all the statue. Every statue here has a male body. Suddenly, there's a sound of movement from within the box. Seems to be in decent enough shape. I managed to open the box. Sheets of white paper are inside. There seems to be a multitude of talismans. Was something sealed here? Hero peers into the box beside me. So, was something in there? Well... my voice sounds distant. The cause of the curse, what birthed the spirit. There's nothing like that here. No, there's nothing here. What? What do you mean? Then what's that in your hand? Hero is right. It's not true that there is nothing inside. There is one thing. I never would have expected something like this. Something that doesn't belong here. A box sealed by talismans as enshrined. Western style cushion. Hero size, disappointed. Guess we're out of luck. No way this thing gave birth to a spirit invece. Chissà, vi ricorda qualcosa questo cuscino? True. But the state of this room and the voices. Something important was definitely sealed up in this place at one point. There is nothing here. Dai Ren, ti ricorda nulla questo cuscino? è facile. Then the thing we're searching for... Where the hell did it go? Dov'è? A long silence falls between us. It is then that a now familiar pain flares up. The mark burns scarlet. It is immediately dyed a deep crimson. That is only a few minutes away. Oh. What's going on? Is death closing in on us all of a sudden? No, it's... The spirit is here. Ok, ho fatto bene di pigliarmi Madonna. Dai, puoi dimmi se ti arrendi a capire cos'era quel cuscino. Ecco. A lawsuit a chantam trembles in the air. Feels like my whole body's numb. Maybe because of the trauma. Dovevo salvare prima, mi sa. Dai, oh boy, ci sei arrivato, Ren. Ti ricordo che loro non hanno tagliato la testa normalmente né alle statue del Buddha né alle donne che hanno usato per gli esperimenti. Hanno usato nello specifico uno scalpello. Esatto, è un cuscino della magione del maniero Cujo. Sì, è il cuscino. È un cuscino del divano su cui sedeva Mary. Quindi lo scalpello può essere. Lo scalpello con cui hanno creato il Cannon Soldier può essere solamente. Già. Però ho dimenticato di salvare. No, è lontano. Non possiamo... mi sa che dobbiamo andare... Proviamo così. Io lo so sconscious. Hero shoots the gun with blanks. Hero fights their own hand, which turns the gun to the head and shoots. Esatto. Gli occhi un po' partiti, sì. Perché l'aveva detto letteralmente prima che tirava un sutra per far impazzire la gente e che dovevano insordarsi. The blank explodes inches from my face and my consciousness fades. There's a strong ringing in my ears and it's preventing me from hearing the sutra chant. Hero is clutching their head like they can't hear anything either. The numbness has faded. Mapping up. The Kagura Suzu bell flies into the air. I get the feeling that we're not using it right. Cannon Soldier yells, making my heart clench. Yashiki was injured yours. Cazzo, mi sa che dovevo tirargli la spada. Hero shoots the gun with blanks. Oh cazzo! Yashiki shoots the ranged swords blade. Cannon Soldier is wounded. The spirit fades and becomes intangible. Siamo fottuti. Perché... Oh, perché abbiamo guastato le Susubel. Bella la faccia. Sì, mi sa che non è stata una morte molto bella questa. No, face the spit again. Sì, dovevo spararlo. Giustamente aveva detto quando si mezzo spiritualizza dovevo tirare le campanelline. E qui gli tiro la spadina. Mm? Yashiki shoots the ranged short swords blade. Cannon soldier is wounded. The spirit fades and becomes intangible. Injured, injured. Ecco, devo usare le campanelline. Shoot the guns with blind, it was effective. Yashiki shakes the Kagura Suzubel, Cannon soldier is wounded. The spirit turns solid again. The Kagura Suzubel flies into the air. I get the feeling that we're not using it right. Allora, fai in culo. Yashiki shoots the guns with blind, it was effective. Cannon soldier is wounded, the feels pain. No, ok. Ah, forse... Ah, no, è vero! Oh, ma sono incoglionito. La usano le sacerdotesse, devo farla usare a Hiro. Devo usarla per forza io la campanellina. Ops. Sconfitto dai ruoli di genere. Comunque sì, a sto punto ce la facciamo poi a finire il gioco base. Tiragli la spada. Prima tu. Io shakes the cover bell. Ecco, the spirit solid again. Sì, non sono esplose. The spirit fades and become intangible. Ora dovrebbe essere vicino abbastanza per menarlo. No, non è abbastanza vicino per menarlo con... Io shakes the Kagura Susubel. Wounded. The spirit solid again. Però non ci ha ucciso. Ecco ora Rusted Sword e le campanelline. Yashiki slashes the rusted arm sword, Cannon Soldier is wounded, speed fades and become intangible, Yo shakes the Kagura Suzuvel. The spirit stops. I guess the attack finally worked. Out of nowhere, footsteps approach behind me. Whoa! A voice yells comically, and whoever it is puts their hand on my back. But I can't take my eyes off of the spirit before me. Banshee? Is that you? What are you doing? Instead of replying, he shoves something into my hand. It's a large chisel with the grip stained in blood. This is... I found it in that room in the mansion. In that instant, I understand everything. The art of the curse that we are searching for. The object that gave birth to the spirit. So it was kept in Kujo Mansion. Thanks, I'm going to use it. I grab the chisel and face the spirit. Cannon Soldier's weekend. No, Banshee un Chad. Yashiki swings the chisel down on the soldier. Ecco, se... ed era... I mean, la voce dello spirito nel flashback ci veniva dall'orecchio destro, quindi immagino dall'orecchio destro dobbiamo tirarglielo. I jab the chisel at its right ear. It stares at me dispassionately. Ok, ok, era il good end. Ok, good ending. Sì, like he's having groceries. Questo è il suo bunker. Finally, it smiles and disappears. Damn, questo spirito è stato creato con lo stesso scalpello con cui è stata creata Mary. The statue stops moving and collapses. It stopped, right? Seems so. I don't got the mark anymore, so there's no doubt about it. Once again, I'm the only one still cursed. Glad I made it in the nick of time. If my legs were in such good shape, it would have been over for us. Thanks for saving us, but you know that was pretty reckless. Sì, cazzo, mi chiedo chi sia il colpevole di tutto. I thought I said it's dangerous for a group of Mark bears to go some... Aspetta. Oops, I thought I said it's dangerous for a group of Mark bears to go somewhere haunted. Ah, yeah, you did mention something like that when I was eating. Completely slipped my mind. Ehi, wait a me! Ma guarda! Quello che ci aveva detto Mary sul portarci una sola persona per volta era una completa puttanata! Tell us, old man. What happened at the mansion? I'm not quite sure myself, but I'll tell you what I know. After you left, I wandered the place looking for something to eat. My mark looked like hell right by a room. I slipped inside and found a bunch of cheeses and things. Vedrai, May. He must mean that room I found. I was kinda out of it because of the mark at that point, but I noticed one of the cheeses was glowing all weird with a dark light. I knew right away that it was hiding some awesome spiritual power. But what made you decide that you had to bring the chisel here? I seemed sure it would be effective against the cannon soldier. I heard a voice when I picked it up. It reminded me of a lady sorta. It said to bring the chisel to you. And that's when it hit me. It was what I'd been looking for. Oh, that thing you mentioned in the car. The art of the curse that created the spirit. Exactly that. So I offed it over to give it to you. When I looked to the tomb before, Yasuoka said that the Kujo family used to create Buddha statues a long time ago. It's possible that chisel was used to create the statue that became the cannon soldier. I don't know what that voice was that he heard. Probably something like the mysterious voice that's guided me before. You know, I haven't heard it in a while. And that's what happened. So we heading back to the mansion then, Yashiki? For one, I'm hungry, but I bet Diamond's worried too. I left without saying a word after all. Yeah. Searching for documents on the mark. carting all the statues out. It'll take more than a day to do all that. We should go back to the mansion and figure out what to do next. What? We're leaving already? I wanted to examine this place. I glanced at the statue fallen to the floor. Sorry, but you'll have to do that another time. Fine. In exchange, not one word about this shelter to anyone else. I'm going to study every inch of it. Yeah, okay. Hey now, this is my home! Can't have you rooting around here. That's just you saying that. You don't legally live here. I'll bring you food, so stop complaining. Much obliged! Miglior compare solo nell'ultimo capitolo, ma il personaggio migliore di tutti, Banshee. We return to the concrete passageway. I might be imagining it, but oltre a Mashita, ovviamente. It feels like the air in here is a little less stagnant than it was before. We climb up out of the manual in no South Alley. Diamond runs up to us, drenched in sweat. He looks even worse than usual. He probably shouldn't have run. I found you. Hey, old man. Why did you suddenly sprint out of the mansion? My Mark is gone now too. What in the world happened? I had something to give to Yashiki. Isn't that right, hero? I guess. I'd rather not think of the consequence if you hadn't made it in time. I'm not sure I follow, but it seems to really help you out. Well then, if I must do my investigation another day, are we splitting ways here? Our marks are gone now. Yashiki still as is, though. This always happens, I'm used to it. But now I might be able to change that. I finally discovered where the statues stolen from H-Shine are. I'm lost, but I'm glad for you. Lui è proprio tipico medico, sono io nel mio quando lavorerò, Gianni. It's thanks to all of you. I figured the rest out by myself. You should all return to your regular lives. You're saying we should split up then? Huh, you sure you'll be okay? Something will work out eventually. Besides, this is Sayakujo's dying wish. I want to respect it. Huh. Well, thanks, I'll head back then. I've been missing all those chemical smells from the lab. Good to hear your research is exciting. But don't forsake your humanity over it and end up like Miss Zo. Like I do that! It's not even funny, by the way. Oh, yeah, Mr. Yashiki. Whenever you want to get those status, I'll help out. Until then, see you. I'll be off as well. Honestly, all this has put a stain on me. I'm barely staying upright. Whatever you do, don't collapse on your way home, please. Hey, Yashiki. One day I'm hoping to let the public know about the underground shelter. For the sake of the wandering souls without a proper burial. I'd like it if you help with it. See you around. Guess I'll go too. You're not returning to the shelter, are you? I'm not that brave. The soldier is gone, but there's plenty other things down there. I'll give it a few days to settle. So you're still planning on going back? I'm not sure I call that a smart move. Cause with living this kind of life. I'll bunker down in a park or under a bridge until things calm down. See you, Yashiki. Bring more food next time, yeah? Minchia, Yashiki, però glielo potevi dare... Lo potevi dare un po' una stanzina in casa tua. The former Mark Blasfemia left. I should probably head to the mansion myself. I've got to decide what to do next. I hear a voice calling from behind me. I turn to see Banshee in the middle of the road, staring intently at me. What's wrong? I remember now. His eyes are as wide as saucers. I forgot who's of the mark, but I've met you before. What? What do you mean? Oh, well, let me think. He scratches his chin. I know his memories are probably all a mess, having just gotten them back. But I don't have time to wait for him. Ah, yes. We first met 5 years ago. And then again 10 days ago. I feel like I've been struck by lightning. I first arrived at Kujo Mansion 10 days ago. That means I met him before I lost my memories. I need to know, who in the world am I? I couldn't say. I wasn't interested in asking your name and you didn't give it. Then tell me, what do you know? Tell me about myself, please. Okay. Are you for the food, so ask? What should I ask about? 5 anni fa. You showed up at the shelter. Wanted to know about the Heavenly Buddha project. Gave me food. Oh, actually, you were more focused on the Kujo family than the Canon soldier. Why did we talk about them? The head at the time was majorly involved in the project. He was famous for his spiritual power, so the army asked him to help. He loaned them a number of his family's prized sacred treasures. You really zeroed in on that bit. Do you know what exactly the army got? Yeah, the shelter had a list. A mirror, a chisel, Buddha statues, cursed objects and holy talismans. They were all returned to the family. Which means they're all in the mansion now. You kept popping by a few times until one day you just didn't. I usually saw you next 10 days ago. Next is... 10 days. I just seen the Canon soldier and you can bet I booked it out of the manual. I'm into you on the street. How'd you treat me to food to celebrate? Thanks for that, by the way. Banshee is talking about the person I was before I lost my memories. It's weird to hear about myself this way. You'd mentioned you'd been overseas. You'd only come back recently, about a month ago. Oh, and that's when I learned of the mark. You told me about it. It had slipped my mind just now. By that time, was my right arm... Yeah, it had the mark! You were acting all odd though. You'd got to remember something, then stumble over the words. The curse was probably in the late stages. In fact, I had completely forgotten my name and passed a few hours after that. By the by, I got something to tell you. This here Banshee Eater is of much nobler character than regular folk. That's why I lead a detached life, away from the world's vulgarities. What are you trying to say? I could be crazy desperate, but I never shame my dear departed mom or divine providence. You understand? No, you lost me. I'm saying I'd never resort to stealing, even dying of hunger. Here, these are yours. He pulls out a wristwatch and a wallet. Each looks like an antique. They're inlaid with subtle design. You forgot them at the restaurant. Let me see them. I grabbed them both and rushed to open the wallet. But there's no ID inside. There was no driver license or company card with an ID in it when you got it. Don't ask me. You said you forgot your old wallet somewhere and lost it. It was probably in there. Oh. I look at what else is in the wallet. Bills, coins, and a number of familiar business cards. Sayakujo, spirit healer. Oh, those things! He tried to give me one. Told me to go there if I remembered anything. But I gave it back. I don't make a habit of carrying useless stuff. Sayakujo's card was in my pocket when I first arrived at Kujo Mansion. It must have been the one Banshee returned. There's no doubt about it. I lost all my memories after I met Banshee. I've asked everything I want to know, but something is still bugging me. Did I say anything about the mark when you saw me 10 days ago? Well... I was so focused on eating that I wasn't paying full attention. Are you kidding? Oh yeah, you said the same thing as you about the Canon soldier. There's no way a human head on a statue will make it move. But it did actually move. That's what I thought too. And then, he said something strange. You said what happened 50 years ago wasn't because of the project. It was all because of her. Her? That's not all. You said she gave you the mark. That she loved watching you lose your memories and fear death. You made her kick the bucket once, but she came back to life. You said you needed to do the same thing done 50 years ago to get rid of her. My heart wants to beat out of my chest. I can feel sweat run down my face. There's no way I can keep calm. Before I lost my memories, I'd known who had cursed me with the mark. Hey, old man, who's she? Did I tell you? I wanted to know too, so I asked. But you couldn't answer me. I didn't think you were trying to hide it. You just honestly didn't remember. Was that because of the mark? Sì, sì, dopo questo è letteralmente ovvio chi è il colpevole. Well, that's about all I can tell you. Yoshiki, we should get going soon. Go, where? I'll tell you in your car. I'm really tired of standing. I'd like to sit for a bit. There's no point arguing here. I'll just get it out of him once we're in the car. After we defeat the soldier, Banshee's market appear, the Americans meet with Sarah times before I lost memory, we investigate the secretary. Si ritorna alla Maison Cujo. Nope, the mansion is out of the way. Banshee clambers into the back seat of the car. His heavy scent fills the enclosed space. Oh, I can finally catch my breath. No then, driver, take us to the Forest by H Castle. I drive down the familiar road. All lights along the way are strangely green. We reach our destination without me having to slow down the car once. The engine chugs along. I feel the wheels of fate turning like those on the car I'm riding in. 10 days ago, I promised. In exchange for you buying me an extra order of almond jelly. If you did forget everything, I'd take you to H-Shine. Sounds like I prepared for everything. But if I was that careful, why didn't I leave myself a clue? Why prepare if I was just going to forget? Did the course progress faster than expected so there wasn't time? Or did something get rid of it? But if I had business at H-Shine, why didn't I go there while I still had my memories? Something about timing. Waiting for some magic summer cleaning to clear away impurity. Suddenly, my old self echoes in my head. I speak the words out loud slowly as realization dawns. The summer purification rites. The rites that shines to exorcise evil. On the last day of June, you pass through woven reeds to cleanse yourself. I was trying to use that ritual to exorcise the impurity. Ah, gotcha! Luckily today is the 1st of July, so the rites or whatever's are done. Should be no problem now. Exorcise the impurity, huh? What kind of impurity was I trying to cleanse? The more I learn, the less I understand. My previous self is like a complete stranger to me. How many times have I come to this forest now? The creepy arch and thick trees look the same as always. You know where each shine is, yeah? Lead the way. You've never been there? First I heard of it was 10 days ago. Banshee and I push through the vegetation and make our way down the base trail. Sì, cazzo è vero che è letteralmente domani il 1 luglio! Stiamo finendo il gioco base nel suo giorno canonico. We pass under the stone toy gate. And finally arrive at the desolate H-Shrine. The few headless Buddha statues that are left shine in the light of the flashlight. So the statues in the project were stolen from here? Yeah, that's right. Is it really true that statues are connected to Mark somehow? I considered the possibility that the mark was caused by the divine wrath, but 10 days ago. You said what happened 50 years ago wasn't because of the project. It was all because of her. Oh. L'avevo letto con la voce da Yashiki. Sì, già, mia destino indeed. Discourse I've been following this whole time. Then, at some point, I had to have been fed some huge lie. But what could it be? A shudder runs through me at the thought that it feels like I'm looking into the depths of hell. You said 10 days ago that altar was something important. Something about needing to keep it here to exorcise the impurity. He approaches the small altar and puts his hand on the sliding door. Huh? What's going on here? The thing is empty. Don't ask me. It was already gone when I was here earlier. Well, that's damn weird. Said there was a cloth pouch. What was inside? A small fist-sized statue. An Enjibutsu or something. It was the Goshintai for the shrine. The Kujo had used it in the shelter to stop the mess 50 years ago. And again, it's the Kujo family. They must have stone ties to the mark. Well, this is about all I can do for you. At least this was enough to pay you off the dessert. You should head back, son. Right. I'm still unsure about what my old self was thinking, but it's clear whatever plan I had didn't work. Where did the Nenjibutsu go? On the way back, I feel reluctant to go. I keep turning to look towards the shrine. Each time I do, Banshee lures me on to the forest entrance. Well, this is where we part ways. You're not going to ride back with me? I'm gonna be honest with you, I got a bit carsick on the way here. Flats were fine, but the curves and hills did me in. I just got a nice meal and a date to throw it up, so I'll walk back. But it's pretty far from here. Kids are such wimps these days. When I was young, I used to walk across the Himalayas all the time. This ain't nothing, Cazzo gli doppa che lui si faceva le Himalaya a piedi. His laugh is loud enough for the whole forest to hear. He waves and leaves me alone. Addio, Banshee. Once he's out of sight, I get into the car. I pull out of the deserted parking lot and dive back to the mansion. As I count the streetlights passing by, I go over everything Banshee told me. 50 years ago in the shelter, the cannon soldier went berserk, but it wasn't because of the army's experiments, it was her. The army was unable to stand up to the threat of her and the soldier, but the Kujo family had used the Nenjibutsu to settle everything. Se vi ricordate, la gente, i soldati dell'esercito si erano buscati il Mark pure loro. I walked by uphill on my way to school, both ways. However, she still exists in this time period. She was the one who gave me my mark. Before I lost my memories, I was planning on using the Nenjibutsu like they did before. I left it at H-Shrine so it could be cleansed of its impurity, but somewhere along the line it went missing. The past me probably couldn't have predicted it would happen. I'm almost back at Kujo Mansion. As my dive comes to an end, I focus on what the most important detail is. That sight. Who she is. I have a hunch about her identity, but can't be sure yet. And that definitely proved that she was there. 50 years ago, she made the cannon soldier move down in the shelter. The Kujo family said still there. They would have brought her to the mansion. The sacred objects for the project of which she was one were returned to the Kujos. I gripped the steering wheel tighter. If there were any way to defeat her, it just has to be in the mansion. I don't have any solid proof, but the fragments of my memories are whispering to me. The entrance doesn't look any different. My mark burns. The sharp pain nearly brings me to my knees. It seems she has no intention of hiding her presence any longer. In pursuit of the truth. Sono curioso se mi fa... Ecco. No, che non puoi scapparti. Infatti, eccola. Eccola.
また会えましたね。
May's voice is soft. I know now. Behind those words is hidden an intense lust for blood. You came back to life rather quickly. You gave me nearly a whole day, more than enough time. I admit that Rabbit's attack surprised me, but unexpected events can themselves be rather enjoyable. When I had brought Mary to H-Shine week outside of the Rabbit there, you might have suspected Mary's true nature. That Rabbit, his great love for you pushed it into recklessness. What was that Rabbit really? Determine that for yourself. Who are you? Know that, and the answer will come. Though it is impossible so long as you bear the mark I gave you. May gave me the mark. I had a hunch, but hearing it from her lips fills me with dread. Just what are you trying to accomplish? Dragging the living to the depths of despair before killing them. I believe I explained that it is a spirit's utmost desire and joy. And I had your cooperation with achieving that. Cooperate? That's ridiculous. Oh, have you not realized yet? You did bring those pathetic mark bearers directly to the spheres, did you not? They feared the spirit's existence, trembled in the face of death. I savored the test of that fear and despair, most delicious. You had all of us help out, just to terrify the mark bearers even more. Clearly, I could have waited for the curses to complete if only I wanted them dead. That is not the only lie. Mark bearers must stay in small groups, do not contact outsiders. All my actions were to drive you into a state of emergency, and not once did you doubt me. Grazie. I bet she's telling me all of this, because she wants me terrified with how hopeless the situation I find myself in is. I'm frozen in place and I know my face must be as pale as death. She must be loving this. Don't tell me you created all of those spirits, just to accomplish that. Indeed. When Lady Kirsty believed divine wrath was the cause of the mark, I had never been more amused. Her foolishness was so delightful, I just had to come along with you. So you lied. Of course. How could a pile of broken statues possibly do anything? I could be imagining it, but I feel like she hesitated for a moment there. 50 years ago, I was sealed away by the head of the Cujo family. I awoke here 5 years ago. At the time, I was still unable to speak and communicate, but it seems my awakening alone caused a number of ripples. Those who died unfortunate deaths on cursed land became monstrous spirits. The H elementary abuse, the Onibima suicide, Seiko's assault and suicide. They all happened 5 years ago. I finally regained my full power a little over a month ago. Then the Buddha statue connected to me 50 years ago began moving. The woman killed by the statue was also influenced by my power. That must be the canon soldier in Zukawa. Zukawa believed it was divine oracle from the soldier, when it really had been Mary. She did as the great Asura said and transformed herself into Miss Zo. Once my strength returned, I again bestowed my power on spirits. It connects humans to me and manipulates them into a panic. The mark. I know you've been toying with us, but well, was there really a need to make us be connected to you in some way? Of course. By being in direct contact with you, I could taste your fear. Even now. Are you scared of me, Lord Yashiki? No! Very admirable. Her porcelain face cracks. Ever since you declared that you would fight the mark, I've waited eagerly for this day. Over the past 10 days, I have tasted your fear to the mark. Thick and syrupy, as sweet as honey. Each savored morsel made me want to smash you to pieces. But I waited. I am not so foolish as to kill a goose that lays golden eggs. Ah, but I cannot take it anymore. Like crushing a ripe fruit and sipping its juices. I want to break you down and savor your sweet fear. Sì, la fight con Tomei è una completa puttanata. The Marquis died a deep crimson. A few minutes left until death closes you. My thoughts blew together suddenly. What happens to a mark bearer right before dawn? I've seen it many times. Is that what's happening to me now? Lord Yashiki, wait for me. I'll kill. I can hear Mary stand up over by the sofa. At this rate, the rabbit's fate will be mine too. I have to run away. Check within the red, in my room. Something whispers in my ear. That's right, that voice. But what does my room mean? Focus, what does the voice belong to? Yasuoka. She said it was someone who loved me. Sì, ma è un peccato che non ha una boss fight vera e propria, Mei. Ma è con un live or die come il terzo capitolo. Mary's coming closer, come a Nayome. Mary's coming closer, where should I run? È la sua stanza, quella di Saya. I sprint at full speed up the stairs and fly into Saya's room. Sì, se non si fosse capito, il coniglietto era Saya. Much like the entrance hall. E quindi questo rende abbastanza ovvio chi sia Yashiki. Much like the entrance hall, it's dark. The voice said, check within the red in my room. Is something there? But where should I look? Nel sangue di Saya. Sì, no, è veramente una puttanata la fight contro Mary. E tu come lo sai, perché l'ho già giocato sto gioco anni fa. Saya Kujo's bloodstain is still on the floor. It's obviously died by this point in time. There might be something lying on top of it. I can't be sure as it's too dark. Nothing was there the last time I was here. Picking it up, I discovered that it's a small pouch. Inside is a hard, thin object. I move over to the moonlight to see it better. It's a small Buddha statue. It can't be... Is this the Nenjibutsu? Seem to be stained with blood and I get an ominous feeling from it. The impurity. It hasn't been exorcised yet. I instinctively know the instant I see it. My mind is suddenly flooded with all of my memories of the Nenjibutsu, one after another. 50 years ago. the head of the Kujo family, used this to steal Mei's power. He put the Nenjibutsu inside her to seal her. Then, about a month ago, someone took it out. That person was me. Because of that, Mei regained their powers. The Nenjibutsu in my hand looks exactly as it did back then, full of impurity. Impurity that's built up from seeing Mei's power for 50 years. To cleanse it, I left the Nenjibutsu at the uncontaminated Age Shrine. It will take time to exorcise all of the impurity. It's already July, the summer purification rite is over. So why is it still impure? The object the rabbit had in its mouth. It could have been carrying the pouch then instead of the master key. Then the Nenjibutsu was taken away from H-Shrine before the beginning of July. Maybe the rabbit saw Mei by the shrine and was scared that she would find it, so it had no choice but to steal it away. The door to the adjacent room opens. Mei must be looking for me. But she can sense the presence of Mark Blasfemia. What's going on? Wait, is it possible that Saya's blood is protecting me? Bring it to where I met my end. The voice whispers in my ear again. If this isn't where the voice's owner died, they must have met their end elsewhere. There's only one other place. While Mary's in the room next door, I sprint down to the entrance hall. I make a beeline to Mary's sofa and the spot where the rabbit died. The voice that spoke to me and helped me every time my spirit was closing in. If Saya was working to anything, it must have been that rabbit. Sensing something, I look down at my hand. The Nenjibutsu's impurity is gone. Is this what you've been telling me, Saya? I speak to the departed woman who has guided me as I struggled without memories. Put the Nenjibutsu, the source of the doll's curse. Pass it to the black mark. Che era sul braccio destro. Then the whispers stop. The floorboards creak ominously. I raise my head to the staircase rising into the darkness before me. A dark figure stands on the landing. I found you. The mark scorches me. My head goes blank. Mary's coming closer. My body won't listen to me. Allora, Yashiki. Io ripeto, spero che le diano una... che nel remake le diano un actual fight a Mary. Mary closes her hands around my neck. She's trying to kill me. Sta muovendo da sola. I squeeze the Nenjibutsu and the fog that's impeding my thoughts lift. It's still a struggle to think. I should be able to move my arm now. Put the Nenjibutsu on the source of the curse. I only have one chance. Where should I stick the Nenjibutsu? Dolcissima Mary. Adorabilissima. I managed to drag my impossibly heavy arm and stick the Nenjibutsu on Mary's right arm. She's hiding it. But I'm sure that's where the black mark was. Ah. Sì, raga, non doppierò l'urlo di Mary. Marks bloom on Mary, one after another. They're all the colors of blood. It's like they're the curses of those she killed. Good ending! E poi esplode. Ragazzina stile... molto esile, Mary. Peccato che è una completa infame. Mary shatters into dust. Dio, Gianni, come farò a combatterla? Explode. Ricorda che, che lei ti malentiti è una maledizione di quelle bastardissime. Did I really do it? I hesitantly look down at my right arm. The mark is gone. I did it? I finally did it? I have to say it out loud to convince myself. A victory at the expense of Saya's life. I can't claim it's completely over, but there's no harm being relieved for now. The fog cloud in my head clears away. My memories slowly return to me. I look around at the dimly lit hall again. I know this mansion well, because I'm... The clock on the second floor begins chiming wildly like it did 10 days ago. Tra luce e vino. When I make my way to it, it stops. Almost as if it has a will of its own. That's right, this grandfather clock. I think a skilled ancestor of the Cujo family crafted it. That one chisel may have been used to make it. That's right, inside this clock. I open the door and stick my hand inside. My fingers brush something hard. Taking it out, I realize it's a voice recorder. I press the play button.
聞こえているだろうか。九条正宗だ。
It's a man's voice, a voice I know all too well. It's my voice. I decided to leave this record behind in case something should happen. The doll may dispose of any files or documents. I'm banking on her overlooking a piece of technology. As I listen, I try to remember recording this. I had done it right before I received the mark from Mary. Now, where should I begin? It started 5 years ago, 2 years after I became Kujo family head. My sister, Sai, and I found the doll in a wood box while sorting the warehouse. The moment I broke the seal and saw her, I could sense something sinister. But it took a while longer to fully understand what she truly is. If only there had been records. But great-grandfather who sealed her didn't leave any before his early death. Because of that, his descendants weren't told about the doll. I managed to learn the doll had been loaned to an army lab during the war. A strange old man who lived in an underground shelter told me. Then I went overseas to try to get more information on the doll. But I got into an accident while away and was presumed missing. So Saya became the new family head. I wasn't able to contact her until after she had inherited the title. It wasn't something worth contesting, so I explained everything and had her keep up the facade that I was missing. Public records still stated that Masamune Kujo was very much alive, of course. I couldn't have used my passport or license otherwise. I'm off topic, sorry. I only just returned to the country last week. Other psychics abroad all agreed it would be bad to leave the doll be. An Enjibutsu inside the doll still suppressed its cursed power, but I realized that it was almost at its limit. If I left it alone, it would crumble. Then it would be impossible to suppress the cursed power of the doll. That was the worst case scenario. But what was to be done? The answer I came up with was to remove the Nenjibutsu from the doll temporarily. Its impurity will be cleansed after a month stored in a pure area, and then I'll place it back in the doll. If I succeeded, the doll's power will be sealed for a few more decades. But the problem is that 1 month, I have no idea what kind of curse will be released when the doll is unsealed. I'll do what I can to prevent disasters. But my power can't compare to the Nenjibutsu. I can't guarantee anything. There may be victims again, like the tragedy 50 years ago. But this is a necessary evil. It must be done in order to prevent even more people from falling victim. Kevin, nel tuo nel good ending alla fine c'è crepata solo la povera Saya. After this, I'll disassemble the doll and remove the Nenjibutsu. I pray everything goes according to plan and the worst of evils is avoided. Perhaps the circle isn't needed. But, if the one listening to this as a loved one was fallen victim to the curse, then I'm very sorry. No, oddio, in realtà nel prologo lo diciamo che erano morte altre persone per il marchio. Quindi, whoops. The recording ends there. Damn it. I clenched my fist so hard, my nail dig into my palms. Yes, the voice on the tape was mine, but I'm furious with it. I don't know that person at all. The mark has claimed so many victims over the past month. I even lost my little sister, Saya. Was she just another inevitable victim that the voice spoke of? Oddio, non me lo ricordo se bisogna... Oddio, sai che non mi ricordo se... ti cambiava il finale per donarsi o meno. I mean, siamo stati un po' degli stronzoni. Sì, tutto era all according to Keikaku. Keikaku means plan. Vabbè, mi dispiace dirlo, ma andava fatto. It had to be done. I'm Kazuo Yashiki, but I'm also Masamune Kujo. I understand why he felt as if he had to do that. It was his fate. The Kujo family are forever linked to that cursed doll. Two months have passed. The occasional cool breeze signals that summer is almost over. I've spent my time putting the case of the mark to rest as best as I can. I put Saya to rest by burying the rabbit and contacted the surviving mark bearers. Putting the Buddha statues in places of honor was also one of those tasks. They weren't connected to the mark after all, but I couldn't just leave them there. Plus, there was no way Kirsty would keep quiet about the status. So with her guidance and Yasuoka, Daimon and Banshee's help, I carried the broken statues out of the shelter and returned them to H-Shine. By now, my memory has completely returned. Things didn't quite go as originally planned, but at least the danger has passed. I don't think my decision as Masamune Kujo was wrong, but at times waves of powerlessness and despondency overwhelm me. When I think of the victims of the mark and of Saya in particular, my chest hurts. I want to do something for them as the new head of the Kujo family. About the memories I've regained. I became the Kujo family head 7 years ago. I'll admit I was a bit of a recluse. I left the public appearances to Saya, preferring to stay out of the spotlight. The only photos of me are from small local newspapers. I uncovered mail by accident in the family's warehouse 5 years ago. It was a discovery that changed my life. I traveled extensively abroad in order to learn more about Mary. In one country, I got into an accident and fell into a coma for half a year. Even worse, that country proceeded to treat me as an unidentified traveler. I don't know if that was merely my terrible luck or if Mary's curse had something to do with it. When I was finally able to contact home, Saya had already become the new head. The rest was as the tape said. I had no idea that Mary's power was far greater than I had imagined. All of my efforts to suppress her power were completely useless. My memories unraveled faster than I thought. How did May come to be in the first place? One theory says a doll maker in the 19th century used magic to create her. Another says a spirit of a young girl who died prematurely took up residence in a doll. In the end, it's still a mystery. No one knows what happened to create a doll like that. We only know that each of Mary's owners died tragic deaths. Shortly after the turn of the 20th century, she came to be owned by the head of the Crusoes. He either didn't know of the curse or simply didn't believe it. Disaster began befalling the family. Mary gained enough power to become sentient and produce spirits. Then the tragedy in the shelter happened. The sitting gadgets of the experiment's victims and the Buddha statues. They may have triggered their awakening. Esatto. I mean, se ricordi all'inizio, quando arrivavano i primi marker, potevi dire sì sì sono il fratello di Sayakuso, che era vero. Whatever Mary's true identity is, the fact remains that she altered many people's fates. Mine and the Mark Blasfemia included. Speaking of, an update on the surviving Mark Bears. Moi Watanabe became a part-time writer for her favorite magazine, OPR's Monthly. She sometimes comes to Kujo Mansion to interview me about spirits and ghosts. Tsukasa Yoshida is studying every day for the middle school exams next year. He bragged in his letter to me about how well he did in the national mock test. Satoru Mashita bought me a drink, like he promised. Seems he's thinking about becoming a private detective. He actually asked me if I wanted to join him. Was he serious? I don't know for sure. Capite perché la gente lì in Giappone li shippa Yashiki e Mashita. Sho Nagashima is picking fights, riding his bike and doing whatever he wants as usual. But recently, out of the blue, I heard he's joined his neighborhood's baseball team. Christy Arimura started writing an essay exposing all of her past affairs. She's trying to get back into the industry. Suzu Morimiya was able to see her father. Lately she started asking me for advice about how to get her parents to reconcile. Minchia zi. I have no idea if I helped at all, but she says they sometimes have meals together now. Vabbè, c'è la Boyashiki che fixa un matrimonio off screen. Eita Nakamatsu has gone back to surfing the BBS every day as usual. But what's new is he's been stopping by the city employment center. I guess he wants to get a steady job and be a role model for Suzu. Huh, best of luck to him. A day doesn't go by that I don't see Aika Shiwagi on TV as part of Love and Hero. She sent a ticket like she promised, but I need to drum up some courage to go to a concert for teens. Alone. At my age. Towoko Yasuoka is still working as a fortune teller in Ginza. Apparently she believes I have spiritual power or something. She keeps sending customers with spirit problems to the mansion. I wish she'll stop. Madoka Hiro spends her days working as a researcher while also visiting the shelter. And Banshee squabbles a lot, but I wish she would stop complaining to me about it. Shuji Diamond seems to be doing better now, like a weight has been lifted off his chest. He's in the process of convincing officials to publicize the shelter and build a memorial for it. Banshee was returned to his beloved underground shelter. He stops by the mansion sometimes, filling the place with his scent. Of course he comes to beg me for food. Minchia, io però glielo farei fare un bagno a Banshee. Now then. I finished my break and returned to the workbench in the corner of the room. No, è esatto, Ren, è esattamente quello che dice... che dice Yashiki agli clienti che gli manda Yasuoka. Over the past 2 months, Mary has managed to repair herself. Her power hasn't completely come back yet, but she's still extremely frightening. The Nenjibutsu alone won't be enough to continue seeing her powers in the years to come. I must prepare extra spiritual measures. It's taken a long time to get those ready, but today I've finally finished. Once everything is complete, I replace the Nenjibutsu inside Mary. Finally. It's over. I pick Mary up and put her in the wood box. 5 years. This all started when I opened the lid of this box. Mary stares up at me from the depths of the box. I have no idea if she's aware of what's happening right now, but there is no doubt she'll regain her powers when the Nenjibutsu wears out decades from now. I'm determined to find a way to destroy this cursed doll before that happens. Until that day, you need to stay asleep, Mary. Levati dai coglioni! That Mark End del gioco base. No, che comunque non era brutto come la parte finale non era brutta come la ricordavo. Un po' lasciatina, sì, però era bella, dai. Ecco. Immagino che il primo DLC sia già integrato nel gioco. And now? A lot of time has passed. Eh. The muted chirping of insects gently drift along a breeze that enters the mansion. It's cool enough to sleep through the night again. It's nearly autumn after all. I stare out the window at the unchanging scenery without really seeing it. Clouds in the distance rumble with thunder. Sì, la traduzione non è delle migliori. A siphon cue, a chill wind brushes up against the window pane.
また雨か。
I comment because otherwise it feels like I'm in a dream. It's as if a stranger is speaking. I stare at the leaden sky. Even though I'm resting in a chair, I feel like I'm somewhere far away. When I shift, I see out of the corner of my eye the stack of books piled on the desk. Mi sa che questo è l'inizio del primo DLC già. Some were pretty difficult to get my hands on. But I don't feel like reading them anymore. I could read all of them and none will give me any type of clue. That's all I learned after all this time wasted. The longer I try, the further away it gets. That thing sleeping in the wooden box. I head downstairs to make myself some coffee. Sì, qualche singhiozzo a parte, bilancia bene su essere crudo e diretto, ci sta. Sì, sì. There's a sudden knock at the door. That hollow sound doesn't bring back good memories. It used to signal the arrival of new Mark bears to the mansion. But that's in the past now. I swing the door open. Standing in front of me is
こんにちは。
Moi Watanabe. Is now a good time, mister? Oh, if it isn't, just tell me and I'll leave you alone. Yeah, it's fine. Moi flashes a carefree smile and steps inside with a pep in her step. Just their presence makes this place feel less gloomy. With a start, I realize that Moi isn't my only visitor.
お久しぶりです。
I'm sorry for coming without contacting you. Tsukasa, this is her. Why are you here? It's been a while since we'd met up, so we talked about what happened. And obviously Topi came to you. So I told him that I visit you a lot and that he should come with me. No big deal, right? I was just getting bored. Of course I don't mind, I was just getting bored. Yeah, I figured as much. You seem the type with time on your hands. I haven't seen them both together since the Mark. Morris come by sometimes for interviews and the like for an occult magazine. But this is the first time I've seen Tsukasa Yoshida since then. I wasn't really concerned over him, but I'll admit I'm relieved to see he's alright. I'm glad to see you well. Have you gotten the chance to relax? I have. But aren't you busy with entrance exams? Do you have time to waste doing this? Breaks are important. As an adult you should understand that. Yeah, you're right. I glanced over to see Moe staring at me. What is it? It's just, I'm working out on my job too. You don't have anything to say? Trust me, I know you are. You barred your way near several times already. That doesn't sound very encouraging. Man, no way am I a match for Tsukasa. He works crazy hard. He was first in the recent mock test. That's only natural. After all, I have a goal. You do? I've never heard him mention it. Or maybe I should say I never expected him to say he has a goal. You have something you're trying to accomplish? My parents were lawyers, so I was thinking of entering the judicial profession, but... Was thinking, huh? Fatto, sei all'elementari. Has he changed his mind then? Wow, that's a cool name. Jurassic. So you like dinosaurs too? Tsukasa's glare is full of contempt. Not Jurassic. Judicial. As in working and dealing with the law. Are you really in high school, Moe? I've never been at a loss for words before. To be honest, now I'm not sure. If possible, I'd like to ask you for your opinion, mister. Is that alright? I don't mind, but I'm kind of surprised. Would think Tsukasa would ask me for advice. That incident I was wrapped up in started it. Now I know there are so many incomprehensible things in the world. I'm considering going into science in order to elucidate them. But my parents, I feel that it will be difficult to tell them. Ecco, sente Jurassic e Jover. E Jover subito che si attiva. Sì, Jover è giurassico. Tipo un bambino asiatico e sé, tipo, sì. I see, that's what's going on. It's a serious predicament. You don't seem like someone who has much in the way of work experience. What do you think should I do? Tell them now! It's difficult to say. If he's given the idea a serious thought, then it would be better for him to tell his parents. Parents only want their kid to be happy. They'll support him if that's what he wants. So that's what I tell him. I see. I hope my parents think the same way as you. Thank you very much. I feel a bit better now. I have no idea if my advice was really helpful or not, but Tsukasa was politely to me. Great, you good now? Your foot is bright, I like this old guy here, so don't worry so much. That's not true, I'm sure he also has a bite. They both look at me. Nope, can't picture it. But that's what makes him approachable, so it's good to vent to at least for il Giurassico e Goated migliore era del Mesozoico. Facci, Giove, poi facci il ranking delle ere preistoriche. But there definitely are things that only he can do. Honestly, I can't think of any myself. I can make a good pot of coffee, but that's not really what they're talking about. I mean, there's that doll. Tsukasa falls silent. Seems my expressions gave me away. Have you not made much progress? Nothing I can share at the moment. I've researched everything I can. Maze to identities as elusive as smoke. I still haven't managed to find clues. So I'm taking a bit of a break right now. I'm glossing over it. But to be honest, any sort of tension has vanished. My rest hasn't relaxed me. It's more like I'm a balloon that's lost all its air. If I was risking my life and facing that every day, it might be different, but... right now, my determination to move forward that I had back then is gone. That's so. I'm sorry, I had no idea. Then it might be best for you to rest and relax a bit. How about a trip to improve your mood? You might get a good idea. I'm about to reply to that one. There's another knock at the door. Who will that be? Yes, where is it? More calls out playfully like she lives here and skips over transfer the door.
邪魔するぞ。
Oof. The brusque voice belongs to the ex-detective, Satoru Mashita.
おいおい、なんだこのざまは。いつから託児所になったんだ。
Huh? Mr. Mashita, why are you here? Did you come to see us? Mo is clearly excited, but Tsukasa is collected as he bows politely. Vabbè, ci troviamo tutti quanti in casa. Comunque ve lo dico, il primo DLC è tipo la parte più fucked up di tutto Deathmark. I mean, you're dead for your art back then. Still, I'm surprised. I didn't think you would be able to meet here. Mashita gives an annoyed shake of his head. Tch, I'm the one asking why you're here. Damn, we're going in circles now. Don't lie, I know you're happy to see us. You're always hiding your feelings. Oh, but what a huge coincidence. We got everyone from the Anaiko case back together again. This is totally destiny. I feel conflicted seeing her innocent smile. If everyone is happy after such a horrific event, then maybe it will fade quickly to memory. Everyone, huh? In that case, one person. No, one being is missing. As he mutters, glances at a spot in the room. It would be best to change the subject. So, why are you here? I have something to ask you first. He answers me with a question like usual. Yashiki, you told that fortune teller about my office, didn't you? Does he mean Tawako Yasuoka? Yeah, it might have come up while I was talking to her about Mary. Why did you have to go and do that? No, I'm down under investigation request. Wait, does that mean... Are you a private eye, Mr. Mashita? More but seen, her eyes shining. She's not timid, I'll guarantee that. Oh, I guess you'd be pretty good at that. Oh, if you get an interesting job, brings me along with you. Even Mashita can only blink at her innocence. And this is exactly why it's annoying. Still, when you think about it, Mashita's complaints don't make much sense. How could he be disadvantaged by my sharing his info with Wasiwaka, who is incredibly famous? He himself said he was downing under requests. I only told her about your office, what's wrong with that? Getting job requests is good, isn't it? What detective waits too many requests? Plus you only just started. Even if he's insanely talented, there's no way he's already overwhelmed. It depends on what the request is about. The one I just got is the worst. Did he just hesitate? Mashita? Nah, Yasuoka è una Chad. It's your fault that this happened. So, Yashiki, we should kiss right now. Yes? I'm going to have you help me. Help you? Wait a minute, what are we talking about here? Can't you guess based on the context? I believe Vince is telling you he wants your help with a detective job. Wow, I can't really picture him working as a private eye though. Now, if you were to investigate a supernatural phenomenon, that would be Wait, don't tell me. This was the request ever that you got. We all hold our breath as we stare at Mashita. Exactly. A spirit might be involved. It's a good opportunity. This is what I heard from the old fortune teller. Cappuccetto rosso. Dai ragazzi, se pensavate che Buddhist Warcraft sia fucked up, aspettatevi questo. No, this is totally for real, I swear. I think I saw something real bad on that Love Hotel state the other day. You heard about the Red Riding Hood girl? And more about people disappearing after entering that Love Hotel in K-City? Or any day, this girl stands by the road like she's trying to get customers. Anyone who goes into the hotel with her ends up missing. And here's the kicker. Eventually they're found, but their heads are so messed up they can't even remember their names. Some end up dying in the hospital and others jump in front of trains. I totally forgot when I was walking around at night the last time it rained. And there was a girl in a red raincoat there, so I thought I'd chat her up. But when I got close to her... Tell me, are you... She suddenly started whispering to me. I got real creeped out, so I bolted. No, I'm seriously glad she didn't follow me. Thinking back on it, something was odd. It wasn't raining that hard, but she was the only one who was soaked from head to toe. Later I realized the raincoat was probably soaked with blood. Sì, ora però quando cazzo posso salvare? That's all I was told. I'm sorry, but I must say that sounds like a simple ghost story. The rainy shopping district and the red raincoat are they're suspicious. Mashita ignores Tsukasa, looking straight at me instead. It's enough to make me concerned. I leave the rest to you, Yashiki. You're coming with me! I'm bogged down with my other cases. I don't have time to spare. It's your fault that the old lady brought this to me. So you need to take responsibility. But... come on, you can help him out a little. I'll help too. The editorial department might have some info on a case like this. And the investigation needs an assistant, right? Did you learn nothing, Miss Moore? Isn't this what put you in danger last time? Last time. Those words drew my eyes immediately to a certain spot. She's not here anymore. The same thing won't happen. It can't. But somewhere deep in my heart I'm anxious. Don't work yourself up. It's more likely that it's just a lie. A bunch of it sounds like it was made up. That's why it's such a pain to have an absurd request like this brought to me. Mashita is right. It's highly likely the whole story was made up. If I had to point out anything concerning about it, it's pretty detailed for just a rumor and it leaves behind the same kind of impression as rumors of real spirits. But it's better to be safe than sorry. It does end up true, then we need to act now, yeah? Okay, I'll do it. I hoped you'd say that. You better get there. No, I'm going alone. What? No way, that's not fair. I knew she'd complain, but I can't put her in harm's way. Listen, Moe, I need you to search for info. I've got no way to research these rumors, but you have access to a lot more than me. Use your position to gather information. I really hate sitting out and watching you do everything. But if that's how I can help best, then that's what I'll do this time. If you find anything out though, tell me, okay? I promise. It's settled. Mashita takes out a notebook, whips out a page and hands it to me. The address of the hotel, Masquerade. It's abandoned now though. Meet there at 8 tomorrow night. 8 PM. I've got to go at a specific time. The client set the time. The old lady said she'd call in help, so it's probably a scheduling thing. I don't have to handle this alone then. Plus this is Yasuoka, I'm sure she has some kind of plan in mind. Well then I need to get to my other cases. Mashita turns on his ear and vanishes out the front door. But it's just as suddenly back. What's wrong, weren't you leaving? Nothing, just realized it's a little late for kids to be wandering around outside. Mashita calls out to the other two. Hey you two, I'll drive you back, so hurry up and get in the car. Oh, is that okay? Then I'll take you up on that. Okay, it is pretty late. Sorry to trouble you. Well then, mister, we'll be going. The rhythmic ticking of the grandfather clock echoes through the hall. How long has it been since those three went home? I sit and mull over what Mashita told me. I have a bad feeling about this. It's perfectly reasonable to believe it's just rumors, normal case even. But the more I think about it, the more I'm doubting it. I avert my eyes from the sofa. I silently ask its absent master a question. But of course there's no way she'll reply. The next evening. I get ready and leave my room with heavy steps. The clock says it's 6 on the dot. It's still early for the meetup time. I guess unconsciously I'm a little impatient. I'm already ready. There's no reason to wait here at the mansion. Guess I'll go. I'll just kill time there if I'm early. I'll learn the truth, in and out, it will be quick. I turn the car key, my mood improves somewhat. Oh. Possiamo salvare finalmente. Qui che dice dei rumors. Beh. No, cazzo. Ok, meno male. Oh. Boh. Beh, ragazzi. E comunque è questo. È il finale del gioco base di Deathmark. Adesso, beh, spero vi sia piaciuto il gioco base. Tanto adesso non ci sarà più il Deathmark dai coglioni. Ora, oddio, ricordo molto bene. Ricordo abbastanza bene la trama del primo DLC. Però non ricordo quando. Cioè, ricordo che era abbastanza lunghetto, ma penso che lo finiamo. In una live lo finiamo. Sì, l'hanno integrato col gioco di base. E poi boh, si fa questo capitolo più fucked up di tutto Deathmark. E poi ci sarà il secondo DLC che è uscito dopo 8 anni dall'resto del gioco. Vai, Giove, fammi... poi scrivimela su Telegram la classifica. Anzi, scrivila sul gruppo con Luke. Dai, adesso... Detto questo... È stato bello deathmarkare, ma... Ora si stacca.